Hi everyone! In this video, I'm finally gonna go over everything I got during the 21 Days of Beauty for Ulta during the fall of 2021. I know at this point 21 Days of Beauty basically like doesn't exist anymore. It's long gone in people's memories, so I've really been taking the time to test out these products and trying to get this up for you guys so you guys can see my recommendations, what I got, what I regret getting, things like that. Just let's go ahead and see what I thought of my purchases. So I'm gonna go by day. I'll try to swatch what I can, but my hands and my arms are gonna get pretty dirty pretty quickly, so I really will only swatch what I absolutely need to. So let's start off with the first day. Okay, so let's talk about Tarte, the Shape Tape Glow Wand in Sunbeam. It is this product right here. Now, I have literally never used this sponge. I don't know what the point of this sponge is. I'm never gonna use it. I just kind of treat it as a cute purple accent to the packaging. And I personally think this is a really great concealer for me to use on days where I have very light to minimal foundation on. As a highlight for like the cheeks or anything, like kind of a Hollywood Flawless filter, I don't really use it for that. I mostly use it as a sheer kind of natural no makeup concealer situation. All right, here's my hand. I'm gonna swatch it right here. And here's what it looks like, especially, yeah, there we go. So you can see that pearl in it. It is really pretty, actually. I think it's really nice. It's definitely super situational though, very niche product. I could definitely see why this went half off. Yeah, personally, I like it. I think of it as just a sheer kind of glowy concealer situation. I like it and I have been using it. Next, I would like to talk about these two NABLA skin glazings right here. I got two shades. I got Ozone and Truth. I was going to buy a lot more, but I ultimately didn't, and I am definitely glad I didn't, just because, you know, I don't need more highlighters. So here's what the shades look like right here. They are super, super pretty. And here's what they look like on my finger. You can see Ozone is just a standard champagne and Truth is more of a pink blush color. So this is definitely a blush topper, and that is what they look like. Now, they're really pretty, and the baked formula means that they are really easy to apply and sheer out or build up. I have Ozone on my cheekbones right now, and you can see what it looks like. Really, really pretty. But I don't really think I needed to buy the shade Truth, it being a pink blush topper. I guess I bought it because it was like pretty pink or something, but in retrospect, not necessarily a color I needed. I don't see myself using Truth very often at all, and I don't know if it's going to stick around in my collection, but Ozone I do really like. The only kind of real reason that's like, well, I mostly bought these out of curiosity is because as far as champagne highlighters go, I have a lot. I mean, do I need more? No, I don't. Like, for example, I have Becca Moonstone and Ozone here to compare to you guys, and you can see how they both are a very similar champagne shade. I mean, how many of these kinds of shades of highlighters do you really need? Like, let's be real here. But as a standalone on its own, it is super pretty. It is a baked formula, that kind of jelly-ish formula, which I personally find really nice as far as highlighters are concerned. I will also say it is basically a one-for-one for the Clio Prism Air highlighter in Gold Sheer. These two are incredibly similar. So there we go. All right, here you can see them closely together, just how similar these two are. Gold Sheer is a little bit more gold, but yeah, I would say as far as a cheaper formula, Clio Prism Air and Gold Sheer is going to be a really similar quote-unquote dupe, because I believe these have been out for a really long time and these have not been out as long. This on sale is about the same price as this, so yeah. Next, I bought the Beauty Blender in Bubble. Now, I mean, what do I need to say? It's a beauty blender. It is a super soft, super nice sponge. For $10, I think it's worth it to me. Cheaper even if, of course, the $1 shop Miss A. Hard to beat that, of course, so I did buy that. I enjoy having it. Do I wish I could have all the Beauty Blender colors and have a cute little Beauty Blender rainbow? Kind of, but you know, it is what it is. But I do have, so this is going to be my second beauty blender. I have two. The other one I have is like the swirly one. This one also I bought because it was $10, so I mean, they're fine. I like them. I have them. I think if you have the extra cash for it, a beauty blender is honestly pretty good. So, and then the other thing that I got that is a little more interesting is going to be the Estee Lauder Futurist Aqua Brilliance Primer. Mine is covered in cat hair, of course. It is really nice. This is a pinkish shiny kind of, has a pinkish pearl to it, so it's very slightly brightening. It is really hydrating and it's a little bit more watery. I really enjoy having this in my collection. I'm always looking for hydrating primers to add, and this stands out from the Laneige and the Dominique Cosmetics one. Those two are much more clear. This one is actually like a pretty, it's a pinky color. Now it doesn't add pinkness to my skin and it doesn't leave a white cast or anything, but it does add just a ever so slight brightening effect effect. It reminds me of those Korean brightening primers, but it's definitely a lot better because those can sometimes be really intense of how they make your skin just look dead. So I love that I got this, and for half off too, so I'm really enjoying this. Alright, next I got the JACLYN Cosmetics Duos, and in the video where I made this look, I've mentioned how I feel a little bit scammed. I mean, it's like not really necessarily JACLYN Cosmetics' fault for scamming me. I'm the one who bought it. So who's the real clown here? But let me just explain. So when these first came to Ulta, I got the shade Lilac Love Top Tan because of the fact that it was a cooler tone bronzer and a cooler tone blush. I have used it several times and in videos, so you guys know I do really like this right here. I saw that when they saw that they were half off for 21 Days of Beauty, I wanted to pick up the other shades that I was interested in, but didn't want to buy all of those because they're $34 each. So they went on sale and I was like, well, heck yeah. So, and I did use my Ulta points for this, so again, I'm like, I feel scammed, but at the same time, I wish I'd spent my Ulta points on something else, but I mean, it's whatever. So here's gonna be the shades Pink Me Up Oh Honey and Sunkissed Bronze Moment. I'm just gonna compare these side by side for you guys so you guys can see what I mean. Do you see what I mean by like they literally look the same? Like, do you see what I mean though? They basically are indistinguishable from each other. And then I will compare Sunkissed and Bronze Moment to Warm Flush Golden Goddess, which is what I have. I have the bronzer from Warm Flush Golden Goddess on my cheeks right now. Here's what these two look like, and you can really see what I mean. Like, what's the difference? They look even more similar on camera, but I'm also saying it's really not that much of an exaggeration. You can see that the Warm Flush Golden Goddess right here, the blush is a little bit warmer, but really these look the exact freaking darn same. Would I have bought these knowing how similar they were? Absolutely not. I would have just gotten one of the three and been done with it. But you know, now that I have all of these, you know, I'll use them. I mean, it's fine. If I don't like them, I can sell them. There's definitely people out there who'll buy them and I can get them. Because I spent so little on it total due to using my Ulta points, I can get my money back. But yeah, I just why did I do that? And why did she make them so similar? Gosh. So the formula's fine. I really have never had complaints about the formula, but with regards to the colors, if you're the kind of person who's interested in getting multiple shades of something, definitely be aware for this. I would say besides Lilac Love Top Tan and the deepest two that I obviously don't have, the ones in the middle are all just gonna be straight up identical. So definitely take your pick. You're not missing out on much. And yeah, oops. The other thing from JACLYN that was on sale was their Luminous Powder, the Mood Light one. Now, the one that I use to set my face, you guys have seen me use it many times. I absolutely love it. It is one of my most favorite powders in my entire collection. But in one of her videos, she mentioned how she uses the darkest shade to bronze her face, and I wanted to try that. So let me just quickly swatch it for you guys. Here's what it looks like on my hand. You can see that it has a really pretty glowy finish to it. However, I sadly don't know if I'm going to be able to really use this as a bronzer like I intended because it is very orange. Oh, I feel like it just is too warm for my face. I'm going to keep trying. I've only used it a few times so far, so I am going to keep trying, see if maybe I change my mind. Definitely really sad to see how warm this was on me. It looked a lot better on JACLYN, but you know, she uses filters in her videos and she also has self-tanner, so if you want to use this though as like a powder to actually set your face, or if you have different undertones than me and you want to try it as bronzer, I'm not going to stop you because in terms of formula, her Mood Light powders are among, I would say I would put them in the top 3 of her cosmetics line personally. Like if there was ever going to be one thing I would say get from her line that truly I feel like no other cosmetics line has, it would be her Mood Light powders. I can't think of any dupe personally. I think they are super unique and special. Alright, next I got the BUXOM blush in Mykonos. This is the primer infused blush. I have this on my cheeks right now. Oh my gosh, this blew my mind. This is just like, this is almost a life-changing blush. Now I want it in every single shade, but I don't want to have to pay full price for this. I was going to get more shades, but I'm telling you, this sold out pretty fast. This sold out way faster than I was ever expecting. So by the time I was able to get off my morning shift and buy these things, this was one of the only shades that I wanted that was left. But there's so many shades I want from this. This is a beautiful formula. It's definitely really pigmented, so apply carefully, don't dip in too hard. And I just used I used an extremely loose and fluffy brush for this, and it just worked beautifully and it just blended so well, and you can see the color development on my cheeks. It's such a pretty color. This is such a great blush formula. I love this and would definitely recommend it. And in terms of like 2021 discoveries that surprised me, this would be like in the top 3 of those. This is really, really nice. And like I usually just use like, I mostly use Korean blushes honestly, but this is so pretty. It almost reminds me of Korean blushes in terms of how soft the color is. Yeah, I love this, and I wanted in more shades now. So if it ever goes half off again, I'll probably complete the collection. But it's just hard for, I don't want to have to spend $20 a blush. But yeah, I love this. This is really, really nice. Next, I have the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I got this in the shade 100N. I popped into Sephora just to swatch things, and I swatched the foundation to see what my match would be. The shades below this that were all really, really yellow on me, so I couldn't get those, so I had to get 100N, which is the lightest foundation, and obviously this is a little bit light for me. But more importantly, when they said this was neutral, they weren't kidding. A lot of times when foundations say they're neutral, they actually have a slightly warm lean, so they work for me. But this is actually pretty stinking neutral, so it almost looks ashy on me. However, the formula on this is really nice. Like, it is medium coverage, it feels really nice. I don't think this is luminous. I think on my skin it pulls very natural, almost satin matte, but it's not drying, so I love it. I wish it was fuller coverage, but you know, I'm not complaining. This is going to be a really great mixer foundation for me. I have some foundations like the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation that are too warm and too dark, so mixing this in will make it my shade. So I am definitely going to hold on to this as my mixing foundation for the time being, because the formula is really, really nice. I just wish I could have found a shade that would actually like match me better. But yeah, no complaints here with this one. I can make this work on its own, by the way. I just have to use a whole lot of bronzer on the outside of my face and a lot of blush so that it like looks, you know, not strange. I like this. This is something I was really, really excited for, but ultimately I don't know how to feel about this. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow Setting Spray. Now, I love how the All Nighter just completely locks my makeup in. Like when I went to Hawaii, I use this pretty much every day to set my makeup, and it does a fantastic job. When I went to China, the southern part of China where it's so hot and so humid, I use the All Nighter every day to set my makeup. But you know, it can be a little bit harsh on your skin, so when I saw they had an Ultra Glow that even had like hydrating aspects, I was like, oh, I really want it. And then when it went half off 21 Days of Beauty, I was like, okay, duh, I'm getting it. And I don't know, I can still smell the alcohol in this, so I don't know if it's gonna be super great for my skin. I didn't notice it making me look any glowier than normal. I didn't notice it personally. Like, I have the ABH setting spray. That definitely leaves you feeling looking really dewy. You can tell the difference. I feel like my skin looks more or less the same after using this. I didn't notice any glow. Now, if it's the same, if it leaves my skin looking the same, but it's not drying like All Nighter is, I suppose it will have done its job. So that's why I'm still holding on to it, you know. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about this because it sets my makeup just as good as the normal All Nighter, so it's not bad. It's just that I do have a mini of All Nighter, so did I really need to get this if they both kind of have the same finish? Like, what was the point of making this if it doesn't actually make me look more glowy? I'm a little puzzled. I wouldn't recommend this full price, but me having it, I will keep using it. And next, I got both versions of the All Nighter primers. I wanted to try these out and see if, like, I don't know, I just wanted to try them both out, and they were half off, so that's why I got both. It really was just like, I bought a lot of primers this time. The All Nighter Glow Primer is definitely my preferred. So if you guys don't know, I don't know how often I used it in my videos, but for the longest time, I really liked my Cover FX Gripping Primer. I would use it almost every day, and when I was in China and Hawaii, that was the primer I used that kept my makeup locked in all day. But it spoiled really, really quickly because it was like clean or some stupid stuff. So it went off so quickly. So I was like, when I saw these two, I wanted to get these thinking they might be similar and wouldn't, you know, spoil as quickly. So this is extremely tacky. Like, it's clear and it just feels really, really tacky once you put it on. So I will put these on the back of my hand so you can see the texture comparisons. This is completely clear, feels really, really tacky, whereas the All Nighter one is not clear. It is white and it does not feel as tacky. Here you can see the clear glow is right here. This is the All Nighter Glow setting, All Nighter Glow face primer, and this is the normal face primer. So you can see the difference right here in the textures. Now, the All Nighter normal primer being white, it doesn't leave behind a white cast or anything. Just something to note there that's interesting. I personally feel like the all-nighter normal one almost mattified my skin. It left my skin feeling more smooth. It didn't really feel tacky at all. The all-nighter glow, on the other hand, was very tacky. It didn't feel uncomfortably sticky because you're putting foundation on top of it, but it definitely grabbed onto that foundation and made my foundation look awesome. I felt like it made my makeup last longer actually, but despite saying all-nighter glow and saying it's like hydrating, I didn't feel like it hydrated my skin. Now, I felt like the all-nighter normal one that kind of smoothed and borderline mattified my skin felt not hydrating, very ever so slightly drying, definitely kind of something that was more suited for oily skin. This one didn't dry my skin out at all, but didn't really add much hydration. However, I still really enjoyed using it. I just would have to still hydrate my skin with something else underneath, and you know, generally speaking, I have a pretty involved skincare routine, and I also have serum mists that I can prep my face with beforehand before using this. So I think personally that I like this one over this one just because of how tacky it is. This is kind of my new Cover FX gripping primer. I'm going to be using this a lot, and because it doesn't dry out my skin, I can even use this during the winter and it'll still increase the wear time of my foundation. Although during the winter, wear time is not like a big concern, but still, yeah, I definitely think this one's better. I don't know how long I'll hold on to this one for. I might hold on to it long enough to use it next summer and see if I like it as a summer primer, and if I don't, I will then just release it into the wild and sell it. But yeah. Now, one thing I definitely really regret not getting is the Benefit Professional in Brightening. I skipped it because I thought I just didn't really want to I just felt like I might have been spending too much, but in hindsight I actually kind of regret not getting it. Whatever, it's fine. Obviously I'm not dead not having it, but I do kind of regret not getting it, so I'm not going to be able to review that one for you guys because I don't have it, so just letting you guys know. Next is the Too Faced Killer Liner. Now there's a couple of Killer Liner shades that are exclusive to Sephora, and Sephora price matched during 21 Days of Beauty, and that included their exclusive shade. So I picked up one of the exclusive shades in Sephora, and then I picked up the rest at Ulta. So just to kind of preface all of this, I think I got too many shades. I don't think I needed to get all the shades that I did. I feel like are kind of patchy on the actual eyelid skin. They are not creamy enough to work as actual eyeliners, which was a huge disappointment. I was hoping that I could use these instead of having to buy the Patrick Ta ones if I wanted a gel eyeliner. Yeah, because I don't know, I just, these didn't really do it for me for that. I definitely feel like the older permanent line of Urban Decay 24/7 pencils that are actually good work better as actual liners, but even those are still better in the waterline. So my hunt for the perfect pencil slash gel pencil eyeliner to use as an actual eyeliner shall continue. It is not over yet. I'm probably just gonna bite the bullet and get the Patrick Ta ones. So let me go over each shade one by one. Killer Storm is a pretty unique shade, and I will swatch all of these for you. I actually think Killer Storm is really unique. I really like having this shade. I don't actually own a shade like this in my collection yet. It is a very gray brown without actually being gray. So here is Killer Storm. It is actually, just on the shade basis of the shade alone, I will be holding on to this. And it's slightly patchy in the waterline, but you know, the uniqueness of the shade, I will forgive it. The next shade is going to be Killer Sapphire. This is meant to be a really dark blue. Now all of these swatch so nicely, which is why it's weird that they don't perform as well on my actual skin. But this one, I would say, did the worst out of all of them, which is a shame because the color is really pretty. In my waterline, it was really patchy and did not apply evenly and did not apply opaquely. So this is gonna be kind of the worst shade out of all the ones I got. The next shade I got is Killer Chocolate. This is a warm, dark warm brown. This shade is fine. I like it a lot. It actually is pretty okay on my skin too, so I think this one's actually pretty fine. And the color is also really pretty. The next shade is going to be Killer Espresso. Now I initially wasn't going to get Killer Espresso and Killer Storm and Killer Chocolate, but again, while I was in Sephora, I had the opportunity to swatch all of the Killer liners and I saw how different they all were. So this one here, Killer Espresso, is a very dark, cool toned brown, but it's not as gray as Killer Storm. So that's what these look like right here. This is probably the best on my eyelid out of all of them, and it also works pretty good in the waterline too, so that's a pretty solid shade. The last one is the one I got from Sephora, and this one is actually my absolute favorite. I bought this shade specifically for the waterline, and as you can see here on my arm, this is not really going to be a good eyeliner shade because it's really light, but you can see it's a very pretty toasty orange. This is amazing in the waterline. This is so nice in the waterline, and that vibrant orange that it has is so special, and in my waterline with a warm look really makes the whole look just pop. So this is my favorite shade. So again, that's all the shades I got. Killer Gingerbread, which is the Sephora exclusive one, is the shade I would recommend the most out of all of them. This is the best, and it looks gorgeous in the waterline. So if you're looking for a really toasty, unique waterline color for your fall looks, I would say give this one a shot. The other ones are okay, but can be, if you find the corresponding shades in 24/7 eyeliner or any other brand, I'm sure it would just be just as comparable. Do I kind of regret getting 5? A little bit. But hey, I wasted my money, so you don't have to. I'm still gonna use all of these. I mean, they'll all get used, so yeah. Okay, lastly, I got from 21 Days of Beauty is the NARS Climax Mascara. I'm always on the lookout for a mascara that'll make my lower lashes look amazing, so I got this and it was half off, so I didn't really find that to be a problem. Here's what the brush looks like. It's, I hate this because I think it's already dried out. I think it arrived in the mail dry because when it came out, it just feels so dry. I don't know if it's meant to be dry, but it is so dry that no product transfers onto my lower lashes and it just looks like it does absolutely nothing. I don't like this at all. If it's meant to be this dry, then this mascara sucks. And if it wasn't meant to be dry, well, Ulta, I don't know why you sent me a dried out mascara. That was not very nice of you. I don't have much to say about this. This mascara, whether by accident or on purpose, sucks. And with that, that is all of the products I got during 21 Days of Beauty and my quick fire thoughts on those. I personally prefer videos that have a ton of reviews compressed into one video, so that's why I do these like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed my very quick thoughts on what I got during 21 Days of Beauty. I hope you find that helpful. Then I hope that these recommendations helped you out. I'll see you guys very soon. My film queue is so long, I'm gonna die. All right, bye.